About 4 guys came in, started shooting on us, and my friend tried to protect me.
When children turn on children and innocence ends in violence. South Africa's shame. Stun grenades fired as EFF youth protest erupts over bullying assault at Milnerton High. And Jacob Zuma given 60 days to repay 29 million rand in unlawful legal fees or face asset seizure. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
There are clear evidence a black child being bullied.
Yes. Public Order Police fired stun grenades to break up an EFF Youth Command protest outside Milnerton High School today. The protest followed the assault of a grade 10 learner by a group of older boys. Around 50 protesters gathered at the school and anxious parents rushed to collect their children. 8 grade 11 learners accused of the attack have been handed suspension letters.
EFF Youth Command convener Simankele Mteli says the protesters gathered at the school today in solidarity with the victims of the assault.
We are here to call on the management and the principal to order for their lack of response and to also ask a question of what has happened to the teachers who the incident was reported to.
Mtele says the incident was reported on Friday last week, but the school only took action after a video of the incident went viral on social media platforms yesterday. The Western Cape Education Department has indicated an internal investigation into the matter is still underway. Carlo Peterson, Eyewitness News at Milnerton High School.
The grandmother of 2 victims in the latest Westbury shooting says the boys had stopped attending school for months after receiving threats from the 4 water suspects. 17s were shot yesterday by 4 suspects, also believed to be teenagers. 2 victims died while 5 are recovering at the Helen Joseph Hospital.
The 4 perpetrators is well known. We have the 4 names of them. They're now even threatening me on Facebook, saying that I am next to die. They are coming back and I will be next to die.
Maureen Davis says for months she's been trying to keep her grandchildren and their friends safe after they started receiving threats. She says the suspected gang would wait for them before and after school. 19-year-old Carl Mento recalls yesterday's shooting. He sustained a gunshot wound to his right ear.
We were sitting here on a stoop yesterday, so about 4 guys came in, started shooting on us, and my friend tried to protect me. He lay over me while he was shooting. He shot 2 of my friends dead. 4 is still in hospital. I was discharged yesterday.
Investigators believe Lucky Molefe, nephew of businessman Katiso KT Molefe, orchestrated the murder of Vereeniging engineer Armand Swart. Testifying before the Madlanga Commission, an officer, witness B, revealed that Lucky, a Transnet employee, allegedly rigged tenders through SK Group, inflating prices by more than 4,000%. The officer also detailed interference in the case, including a 1.2 million bribe to secure bail for KT Molefe and Detective Michael Tau.
An internal investigation by Transnet allegedly put pressure on Lucky Molefe to take drastic action. This is according to the investigating officer in the murder case of Vereeniging engineer Armand Swart. Witness B alleges that Lucky Molefe, nephew to Katiso KT Molefe, crooked the books in awarding a 1.2 million rand tender to a little-known company called the SK Group. At the time, Lucky Molefe was an employee of Transnet Freight Rail and colluded with his cousin Tapelo, KT's son, to pull off their grand scheme.
When the money was paid now to this SK, the whole amount is transferred to Tapelo Mlife's account, and Tapelo Mlife is the one paying people.
She says the director of SK Group was paid a fraction of what the tender was worth.
He's getting as little as 30,000 out of 1.2.
Lucky Molefe, currently in hiding, is wanted in connection with Swart's murder. Arun Singh, Eyewitness News.
The Pretoria High Court has ordered former President Jacob Zuma to repay nearly 29 million rand in legal fees unlawfully covered by the state. The funds were used for his personal criminal cases, violating public accountability rules. Zuma has 60 days to pay up or face asset seizures, possibly including his pension. The state attorney must report quarterly on efforts to recover the money. President Cyril Ramaphosa, on a visit to Jakarta, says South Africa is committed to strengthening ties with Indonesia in key sectors. Accompanied by Ministers of Defence, Trade and Agriculture, he highlighted South Africa's role as a gateway for Indonesian investment into Africa.
We encourage the deepening of Indonesia's participation in all BRICS structures, particularly in the BRICS Economic Partnership. This could also be a catalyst for the growth of bilateral economic relations between our two countries, which we look forward to.
Action SA hasn't ruled out leader Herman Mashaba as its mayoral candidate for Johannesburg in next year's elections. The party will open applications next week for members to contest the position. The Gauteng crime prevention wardens have been disbanded and will undergo a 36-month training to become fully fledged traffic officers. Informally known as the Amapanyaza, the wardens were introduced in 2023 to much controversy. Police experts expressed concern over their lack of training and whether they were properly equipped to tackle crime.
Those who can qualify for this training will be assigned to various municipalities for bylaw enforcement or the provision of security services in various government departments after acquiring the necessary training.
It's hot in the Western Cape, very hot, with temperatures heading up to the low 40s. The South African Weather Office has issued a warning for extremely uncomfortable weather conditions in parts of the province.
Exposure to heat can cause potential health impacts, so please stay hydrated and keep out of direct sunlight where possible.
Residents of the Denver informal settlement watched in anger and disbelief as their shacks were torn down by Johannesburg officials and law enforcement. The city says the demolitions targeted unoccupied structures used for illegal activities, but many onlookers say they've been left with nowhere to go. Annual consumer price inflation has slightly risen to 3.4% in September. That's up from 3.3% in the previous month. This marks the second highest inflation rate recorded this year, following the August peak of 3.5%.
On the other hand, food and non-alcoholic beverages, alcoholic beverages and tobacco, and furnishings, household equipment, and routine maintenance recorded lower rates. Let's start with food and non-alcoholic beverages, which presented a mixed bag in September. Meat and maize meal inflation remained elevated, while price decreases were recorded for products such as milk, eggs, and rice.
The Louve Museum in Paris has reopened 3 days after a daring theft forced its closure. Thieves escaped with 9 royal treasures, including Napoleon's emerald and diamond necklace to Empress Marie-Louise and a diamond-studded crown once worn by Empress Eugenie. More than 60 investigators are on the case, though experts fear the jewels may already be lost. We'll be back with more again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.